We're live. Gonna hydrate myself. All right. Let's see what we got going on here. I wonder if anybody's gonna get on. I got some notes that we're gonna talk about. So I'm excited. Hi, Jesse. I'm just gonna start. If anybody watches this later, thank you for watching later. But happy Monday. We made it through Monday. And I made a weird promise to myself that every single Monday I'm gonna go live to pull myself out of my comfort zone, to talk about health and wellness and topics and this and business and whatever. Maybe have guests on. Jesse, if you ever want to come on and talk, we can do that too. But I used to run a sales office, and every day I would get up and I would impact all of the employees, and it would be something about something motivational, something educational, something about business. And I loved that. I loved being able to share positive words and just be the person that can maybe make some sort of a little difference in somebody's life. And so over the past however many years, I feel like I've, and not in a conceited way, but I feel like I've just learned a lot about mental health and positivity in business and in wellness and in food and in just decision making and just weird things that I feel like I could bring value to, I guess, but I also want to learn a lot about. So I want to learn from Instagram is this crazy platform that everybody uses for everything. If I want to go out to a restaurant around Atlanta for sushi, the first thing that I think of is to go on Instagram and look up a sushi restaurant in Atlanta. And it's so crazy to me that that's kind of how we live our lives now. But I want to kind of use this as a chance for me to pull myself out of my comfort zone and then also just kind of spread some love. So welcome everybody that's watching. We made it through Monday. Congratulations. So I have some notes, so I'm going to be reading some notes. So I wanted to start off my made it through Monday journey with a topic that I didn't really understand until it was kind of brought to my attention. And child, we freaking made it. We made it through Monday. I love Monday, so it's kind of like a joke. We made it through Monday. We did it. Monday, everybody says is the worst day of the week. I love Monday. So for me, I'm we made it through Monday. This is awesome. Good start to the week. We freaking did it. Let's keep going. So it's kind of a play on words. But anyway, so following your gut, that's something that I think is really under talked about. And it's definitely something that has helped me get to where I am now, living in Atlanta, and the job that I have and the people that I'm friends with and the places that I travel and just kind of everything that is going on in my life now, the good, the bad, and the ugly. A lot of it has come from following my gut instincts and just going with what my gut was telling me. And first of all, I think it's important to understand what does that mean? What does it mean to follow your gut? And to me, it's just that feeling. And I'm sure I do love Tuesdays too, Jesse. Tuesdays are great. I like Fridays too. But so have you ever been in a scenario where you're I don't feel good about this, something feels off, or you feel it's not the right thing to do, or you're maybe I shouldn't do this, and whatever it is, it could be getting into a relationship, it can be going out with friends, it can be, taking a new job, whatever type of decision that you're making. I'm sure we've all had that feeling where we're I'm not too sure about that. That's a gut feeling. You don't know why, right? Nobody's telling you it's bad. Nobody's telling you not to do it. But for some reason, you just feel wrong. It doesn't feel like it's the right decision to make. And then on the other side of that, you have your good instincts. You have that like when you meet somebody for the first time, like a friend or a friend of a friend or just some random person, and you just feel this like weird connection. You feel really good about that person. And like you're like, I want to be friends with you. You don't even know them. Like you don't even know their last name. You know that that's Susie that your friend John introduced you to, and you're like, I like Susie. Like, Susie, let's hang out on the weekend. Like you just have that feeling. And that is your gut feeling. That's your instinct. And it's so important to follow that feeling and make your decisions based on your gut. So for me, I didn't realize that I actually follow my gut a lot until, like I said, it was brought to my attention. And I was in a sales office. It was 2015, and the manager was running like this morning sales meeting. And he was talking about following your gut, and you know, you have to make decisions right then and there, and don't ask too many people. You know, if you want to get somebody's opinion, get somebody's opinion, but like at the end of the day, like the decisions that you make have to be for you, because it's your life, it's your happiness. And I was like, dang, like I actually have followed my gut a lot. And what happens was, like, I was just kind of taking notes earlier about what I wanted to talk about and some of the stories that I wanted to tell. Hey, Mackenzie. And one thing that popped into my head is that looking back now on those gut decisions that I did make, they always ended up being so positive and so good and put me in a really good scenario. When I look back, I'm like, damn, like I'm so freaking glad I made that choice. But also, while making the decision, I like got major anxiety. And I think that the anxiety sometimes from making decisions comes from us like not trusting ourselves maybe, or we don't realize that like it's okay to take a leap of faith and make a decision without asking people, or maybe we care about what other people think about us too much, so we know we should do something, but we don't want to upset this person, and then we get anxiety or panic or whatever you want to call it. And so that sometimes holds us back from making those gut decisions and doing what we really want to do. And so I was kind of writing down some of the things, and I have this like big ass thing of water. If you guys don't drink water with lemon and lime, like you're missing out. I have half of a lemon and half of a lime in here. It's thebomb.com. So the first like breakthrough, like if you want to call it that, of when I really can think back to like a decision that I made based on my gut instinct, is when I was in college. And I was not the best in school. I mean, like I was an okay student, but like I have test anxiety. So like I could ace everything, and then you put a piece of paper with choice A, B, C, and D in front of me, like I'm fucked up. Like I would just go A, D, C, B, D, A, because I just couldn't take tests. Like I am not a test taker. And so, not that that's an excuse, but like I just didn't do the best in school. And then when it came time to go to college, like I wanted to be a teacher. And I always wanted to be a teacher. Like when I was 3 playing with friends, like I was the teacher, you're the student. Like I just always was like, I wanted to be that leader. I wanted to be the teacher. I wanted to help people. I loved like just teaching things. And so I originally went to school for secondary education for mathematics. Jessie, yes, that's why I love you. So I went to Millersville University, which is like this small state school in Pennsylvania. And I didn't necessarily like want to go there. It wasn't like my top choice to go to this little state school in the middle of Lancaster, PA, and like you walk outside and you smoke cow shit. And if anybody on here has ever been to Lancaster, like literally like cows are in the air. And math, I'm such a nerd. Yes, I have a degree in mathematics. It's fine. So I went to Millersville, and one semester, like I didn't even make it through the year. I couldn't even finish out freshman year. I was depressed, unfortunately, and I don't really talk about this a lot, and I'm not going to get emotional, but I was really depressed. I took I think it was like an $80 train ride home because I didn't have a car freshman year in college. So I took an $80, like $60 or $80 train ride home every weekend because like I didn't even want to be there. I was depressed. I didn't go to class. I would like sleep all day. It was like not a fun time in my life freshman year in college. And I knew like I'm not finishing off the year. And I remember my mom being like, just finish the year, like finish one more semester and then transfer out sophomore year. And I was like, no, like I won't do it. Oh my God, my fish are fighting right now. I have a big ass fish tank and they're like fighting. I feel like they're gonna eat each other. So I was like, no, I'm not finishing out the year. And freshman year is also when I got diagnosed with Crohn's disease, and like it was just not a fun semester. So I ended up transferring after the first semester to Bucks County Community College, go Bucks, and focus. I'm trying to focus. And like that was really hard for me. Like it was really hard for me to see all my friends like at Penn State and Westchester and like these schools where they're having fun and they're in sororities and they're loving life, and then I'm like this depressed person that hates my college and like I wanted to go home. But I just knew that was not the right school for me. I had this feeling like I cannot finish out the year. I need to get out of here. It's not the right place for me to be in. And I think that that's when I really started following my intuition and my first instincts. And it's those feelings that have led me, like, for example, Jessie, I told her that I was going to talk about her, but I went home and lived with my parents for a semester when I went to community college, and I've worked, like, since I was 16, I worked all through college, and I really wanted to work as a bar mitzvah dancer. And Bobby Morgenstein Events, BMP, it was Bobby Morgenstein Productions, now it's Flair Event Group. So if anybody has a bar mitzvah, a wedding, a sweet 16, Flair Event Group, check them out, #ad. And I went to be a dancer, that's what we call it, an entertainment specialist for Bobby Morgenstein, and I worked with the entertainment crew at bar mitzvahs, and that's where I met Jessica Artilio, who now I do the hair stuff with, and she's become like one of my best friends. Like I freaking love that girl. And if it wasn't for me following that intuition, transferring schools and moving home, like who knows where the hell I would be right now. So that's like one of the first things that I've done that I can remember where I'm like, okay, yeah, I made the right decision. I also switched my major twice, had major panic attacks, but like I think it was my 4th year in school. I did 5.5 years of college. Hi, Kel. I did 5.5 years in school and 2 summer semesters. Like I did a lot of college. I have a lot of student debt. And so I changed my major because I got this like weird, and I remember calling my mom. I was walking to class past the track. I was at Temple University. It was junior year, but it was my 4th full year in school. And panic attacks are just like a part of adulting. They really are. Hey, Gabe. Hi, Gabe. Thanks for joining. And so I was walking to class, and I just I called my mom. I'm like, Mom, I think I'm going to change my major. She's like, no, you're not. I'm like, I think I'm going to change. Like, I don't want to teach. I don't want to be a teacher. Bawling my eyes out, walking to class. I vividly remember it. I had a sweatshirt on, my headphone. Like, I just remember the whole day. And I'm like, I'm having a midlife crisis or something, but like, I just don't want to be a teacher. I had this weird feeling. And of course, like I talked to a guidance counselor. Is that what they call them? Advisor, an academic advisor, and everything like that. And they went over my options, and like, it just felt right. And that's really when like things started to kind of click for me, of when you get these feelings, you have to follow them. And you can't worry about what other people are going to think of you, or what the right thing to do is according to society or the book of adulting or whatever you want to call it. You have to do what you feel is right for your specific scenario and what's going to ultimately make you happy. And all of that has really led to me just now, like, I just make decisions like that now. And it's crazy to think, I remember I was in Chicago. In 2016, I was in Chicago for like a month. And I had a flight to Dallas. and it wasn't for like 5 days down the road. And I went into our sales office, and I was kind of like having like a little anxiety. I was like, I didn't even pack. Like, I don't know when we're leaving. When's our flight? When should we get to the airport? How many days are we there? Where are we staying? Like, I was kind of freaking out. And one of the managers in the sales office was like, Jamie, when are you leaving? And I was like, on Friday, which was in 5 days. He's like, that's in 5 days. And I'm like, yeah, I have nothing ready. He's like, how long does it take you to pack? And I was like, I don't know, maybe like a day or two. He's like, okay, so why are you worrying about that 5 days in advance? And I'm like, I don't know. And it was just kind of like a slap in the face of like, don't freak out about things that are happening. Like, you just have to go with the flow sometimes and listen to yourself and like stay calm, because at the end of the day, like, everything is gonna be fine. As long as you do things that make you happy, you care about others, and you don't let people's influence affect your own personal happiness. So anyway, I'm getting sidetracked here. I'm having ADD. Pound sign perspective. What does that mean? And then I think like the last thing is just, you know, I'm such a firm believer on everything happening for a reason. But like, things don't just happen, right? Like, oh, I stubbed my toe and, you know, I broke my toe. Oh, it happened for a reason. It's going to make me, like, no, like, shit happens. Like, we all know that, you know, bad things happen, unfortunately, but we have to look at the decisions that we make, putting us in the scenarios that we're in. So let's say, in like the smallest example possible, you decide to sleep through your alarm in the morning. Okay, you're like, I just want 30 more minutes of sleep. That's fine. I do it all the time. I did it this morning. 30 more minutes. Click, okay? And then we get up, everything's fine, we get in the car, and then we're stuck on the highway because there's an accident and traffic is all backed up. No, we can't control traffic, right? I cannot control the idiots that drive in Atlanta when it drizzles and they think there's 6 feet of snow on the ground. Like, I can't control crazy drivers on the road, but I know that the decision that I made to sleep 30 minutes longer landed me in the position to be stuck behind traffic because of an accident. If I didn't snooze my alarm and I actually woke up when I was going to wake up, I would have been past the accident before it even happened. Hell, maybe it wouldn't have even happened, right? Who knows? Maybe I would have been a car that went through and then the person behind me got stopped at the red light and they didn't make it and the accident, who knows what would have happened. But the decision that you make to snooze your alarm put you in the scenario to be stuck behind accident traffic, okay? Now, focus on what you can control, right? But also realize that every single decision that you make is going to affect you in the future. So for me, I'm gonna make decisions that fuel my fire, that bring me joy and happiness, right? Marie Kondo, spark joy, that, you know, have me surrounded by good people and that set me up for success for my future. I'm not gonna do that by backstabbing people. I'm not gonna do that by being a bad person, but you have to follow your own gut instincts. 3 things why we don't follow our gut, okay? And then I'm gonna tell a story and then I'm done because I don't know how long I've been talking. I'm going on a rant. But why don't we follow our gut, right? When you really think about it and you're like, dang, like I should have done that. Like, why didn't you? Right? If you ever look back and you're like, I should have made that. I shoulda, coulda, woulda. Why didn't you? Go smash a workout, Gabe. Love you. So why don't we follow our gut? Number 1, we care what other people think. We let other people's perspectives influence our own outcomes. We care way too much about what other people think of us. Instagram and social media. You said you were leaving, Gabe. Instagram and social media and Facebook and going live and just having our lives in front of the world and being judged on it, where we care about likes and we care about what we look like and we care about comparing ourselves to others. We just naturally in 2019 care a lot about what other people think of us, and that defers us from making decisions that fuel our happiness. So the less that you care about what people think, the more happiness that you're gonna have in your life. Number 2, we don't trust ourselves. That was a big thing for me. Like when I was moving for the first time to Boston, I was moving from Philadelphia to Boston, lived in Philly for 24 years. It was 24 years, my whole life at that time, born and raised in the suburbs of Philadelphia, Langhorne, Bucks County, shout out to Chamonix. And I was moving to Boston. I had an opportunity to move to open up an office for the sales company that I was working with. And I remember asking maybe 5, 10, 15 people if that's the right move. Should I go to Boston? Should I do it now? Should I hold off? Who should I bring? And I wanted other people's opinions so badly, when at the end of the day, like, I knew Boston was the right move. Like, I knew it was something that I should have done. So I could have saved myself so much anxiety and stress by just making that decision on my own terms. But we just care so much about what other people think, and we don't trust ourselves. You have to trust yourself. If you can't trust yourself, how do you expect other people to trust you? Like, you're the only one that has full trust over your decisions, because you're the one that's making them. So number 3, the reason why we don't follow our gut, point blank, we just know it's morally wrong. You're making a decision that you just know is wrong, and that's why you don't do it. Okay, so that's not really gut. That's like, should I do it? No, I probably shouldn't, because that's wrong. Like, you should not punch that person in the face. Like, whatever, bad example, but it's just wrong morally. So the main reasons are we care about what other people think, and we don't trust ourselves. So if you can stop giving 2 craps about what people think of you, okay, only care about yourself and what you think of yourself. Care about other people, but don't care about what they think of you, okay? Only care about what you think of yourself, because you're the one that has to look yourself in the mirror every single day for the rest of your life. And you just need to trust your gut instincts. It will not lead you in the wrong direction. And when you look back, you're gonna say, damn, like, I'm so glad I made that decision, because it put you in the scenario that you're in right now. So, that was kind of like all I wanted to talk about. I don't know if anybody like had any questions, but oh my goodness, Gabe, I'm not kicking you off. This is juice. Oh man, that is so funny. Gabe, I hope you're taking notes. So we made it through Monday, and that's my story, and I'm sticking to it. And following my gut has led me in Atlanta. It has led me to my girl gang, Hair Tribe. It has brought me more happiness than I can ever think of. Am I completely satisfied with my life? Fuck no. Like, I'm 28. I have so much more to go. But I know that when I make decisions, I'm making them for me, not for anybody else. And you guys should do the same. And next week, I'm going to come on again, because I made a promise to myself. I'm staying committed. We're staying consistent every Monday. Don't know what I'm going to talk about yet. So if anybody has any suggestions, let me know. Chelsea, we do love Gabe. Jacob is my 13-year-old cousin. So relax. Any last words? Rachel, you're a trooper. Oh my God, I love you guys. This light is blinding me. All right, I'm hopping off. Love you guys. Talk to you soon.